Can I take money out of my deceased loved one's bank account? And what should I spend it on, or what can I spend it on? So let's talk about it, because the answer depends on many things. But before I begin, please be sure to watch our other educational videos on this topic, because they kind of work together, even though sometimes they may cover the same information. It's just good to hear, because if you are in this situation, you're probably overwhelmed with everything else, with all the information you find online and so on. I am in Oklahoma, so this is mostly Oklahoma law, so please have that in mind when listening to what I have to say. So, can you take money out of the deceased, out of your loved one's bank account? Well, it depends. Are you entitled to that money? Are you a joint owner? If you are a joint owner on the account, then of course that money will likely be yours if you both own it. When one dies, usually the other one gets everything. And that is a good question for the bank. Go to the bank and say, is there a joint owner? I'm pretty sure I'm the joint owner, or I think he said he put me on the account, and the bank will confirm or deny that. Now, if you are a joint owner, that money, like I said, is likely yours. So then you can do whatever you want with it. You don't have to pay the deceased loved one's expenses necessarily. There are many things to consider here. That's why I say likely and necessary, because sometimes if you're a spouse, you may have to take care of some certain bills and invoices and last expenses, funeral and things like that. But that is state-based law, so it depends on the state where you are. It depends on your situation. It depends on many things. So this is just a general video on that. Again, have that in mind, please. So if you're a joint owner, you're likely entitled to that bank account. You can do whatever you want with it. Some questions that I get asked sometimes is, I'm not an owner, I'm not a payable on death, I'm not a beneficiary, but I have their online access. Can I use their online access to transfer some money? Or not trying to do anything shady, but I'm trying to pay for their funeral, I'm trying to pay for their credit card or something like that. Can I use their online banking to make these transfers? And I would say no. First, of course, meet with an attorney, but your first thought should be, you shouldn't be using someone else's credentials. So now if you have a password and a login information to someone's bank account, then you may be able to use that. If you're not sure, ask the bank. But if you just know your loved one's information and log in, or if it's already saved on your computer, please don't log in after their death, because it's easy to prove that it wasn't the person making the transfers, right? If your loved one passed yesterday and you make some transfers today, the death certificate says the date and time of death, and now you can see these transactions after that. That's fraud if you don't have the authority to do that. So if you're not sure, always ask the bank. They will confirm, or again may say no, you cannot do that. If you are a payable on death beneficiary to that bank account, the bank will tell you that. You take in the death certificate, they'll give you access. They'll write you a check for that amount. Again, that's your money. You can do whatever you want with it. Does not belong. You don't have to share if you are the only beneficiary. If there is no beneficiary and it has to be probated, it has to go through probate, that money will now belong to the estate. You're going to open an estate bank account. That's through the probate process. Your attorney will help you with that. That money will have to be used for the estate. At the end of the probate, it will be distributed according to the case, if there is a will, or according to the law. So that's what happens if there is no payable on death and you have to probate. Sometimes bank accounts can be collected with an affidavit of small estate. Again, who are the beneficiaries to that? That is based on state law. Get an attorney to help you with that, or maybe the bank will give you a form or something, help you fill that out, and then they'll write you checks if you are entitled to that money. So that's kind of how that works. What do you do with the money? It depends. Are you entitled to it? Is the estate entitled to it? If there is no beneficiary, you may have to probate. I hope this video helped. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have lots and lots of other videos on this topic. Be sure to watch the other ones too, because you'll find helpful information. Thank you for watching.